everyone secretly protected them. They were Cherokee guarding them. Navajo, Lakota, Shinnecock, so many nations that you had to flick or flock or have a powwow. Every year now we still sing and dance, pull the tribes in for the Hopi we rise our lands and defend with our tribal brothers. We transcend through the systems of limitations. We already knew about the illness of the nation. Tried to keep some freedoms, but more poison blankets ain't gonna make them need to hide my voice or my face like I'm a Western character out of a time machine of your choice. Not to have anyone get to live like you used to. Screw you, you'll never have what I see. So you gotta see it through the sewer of a media. A story I tell you about people that used to see with you. Together in a hyperactive space, like 20 or 40, all up on each other's face. Have you got that shit for deadline? Is the comp ready? Did you cut cleanly on the line? Can you map this, please? I know you're only production. Put your heart into it. It's a function of the composition, presentation, conceptually approved beyond vibration, intrinsically followed within the harmony that clamped straight to you and me. We'll make the jewelry clasp a thing or three. Have it sing with crystals and shells you see straight from the beach of eternity. We all have a similar vision and that's what we see. It's a Gnostic thing and a nation, a vibration, a syncopation and a accord. Wow. I think I can afford to use a few more letters to describe what we're talking about. It involved people that had books that were read and all about Jung and Mung, studies and paintings and margins and measures. Yeah, Carl Jung. A synchronotic order within your phenomenological congruity if you're willing to see what you already knew with me. It's nothing that's an update. To download a real state, a place at an edge where I create, to want no hate, to bring a state of sublime and being and conscious awareness that makes it all just a little more fair with this, slightly more ethical. I'm willing to bring it up if you can't think I'm in a vehicle to run you over. Oh my gosh. I ain't over. Images that are getting thrown to me, I do not want them, I do not need to see or accept your smut media machine. My relationship with death is inside me. It's not for you to trip on and say I got a good or evil and you can flip or flop on. I don't need your coin in the first place. I'm already spinning it, using my hands and make it hover with my chi energy beyond my egoistic face. It's not a message for me, it's just a partake, intake, ingest, download, synchronize for the flow. Up, let it go. Down, you're not crossed to fly, no. We work from the orbital hemisphere. We're friends with the creatures that live up there, and they're like serpents, just cosmic energy above the stratosphere for the space station to see. They swim like things in an ocean. We're not sure about all the notions we had about where life exists and where it came from. Same questions remain, but we love to ask them every single time. But we don't flip or dip or slip or trip anymore into people into a rhyme of a popular story like hate a color or love my glory of an end of the world, and we're so important with this that we'll see the whole thing explode in our age. Of course I'm with this at the pinnacle of my fucking ego with someone else's story that I'll just play right through it like I'm some eagle. No, I'm not even. There's a hawk. It grabbed me with its talons and it brought me down and it told me only how to talk a few stories. Like I hate you and you're boring me, or you're not good enough, or lots of things we know and the doubtness inside ourselves, but you know, that's why it's psychological. Kind of unfair. Not quite working in anything that makes sense to you or me because of the chasm of the haves and not that have-thems. And the people playing some story, there's no glory. There's no American dream that I've seen. Except her name was Colombian, she's a whore of Babylon. Did you know that deemed by other nations and people that had sacred things and salvations, hidden masters? It's not right, it's not our lineage. We will undo and correct to the original vision. From the French, we sought freedom. We worked with the indigenous grandmother clause, pulled out, but everything else was pretty much in from the care for 7 generations forward. It is in our DNA and our story from all the nations.